How to use a spell to make him dream of you. Do you have a serious crush on a man that barely even knows that you exist? Do you feel your life could vastly improve if you could just land this guy to be your brand new beau? If only there was some way to make him notice you, because trying to get a man's attention can be pretty damn hard. Believe me. I know, 'cause I'm a male. Haha. And we can be less than observant when it comes to finding a new love. Of course, you ladies know all that already. We fellas are often so hard-headed when it comes to love and downright aloof when paying attention to what is right under our noses. When sensing the potential for a new love in our lives, we're generally so blinded by our routines and inundated with day-to-day nonsense that we could use a little help from the women who want to share our lives with us. So if those looks across the bar simply aren't working, or that quick conversation in the grocery store ended awkwardly, there is in fact a completely different approach that you can try. I suggest giving this fairly simple make him dream of me spell a shot. If done correctly and for the entire 2-week period for which it is prescribed, it can infect the man of your dreams with fond thoughts of you and lead to the relationship you are after. If you crush on a guy and really want him to take note of you, this simple dream spell is a great place to start. While not a love spell, it can have a similar effect and can certainly lead to the healthy love life you are after. Besides, what do you have to lose? Perhaps this spell can give you the power to create an exciting new destiny with the man of your dreams. Now, as a psychic, let me just say that I do not personally practice Wicca, but I definitely believe in the power of spells like this. I truly believe that they will absolutely work when performed in the correct fashion. This is because pagans follow the cycles of the moon and sun and depend on daily rituals in their religious practices to accomplish their own personal goals. But you do not have to worship the moon goddess or the horn god or anything like that to cast one of their spells and see it effectively influence your life. There is a very simple explanation for why this is. What I believe is that the universe is literally teeming with various forms of energy, and that it is through the way we harness those powerful cosmic forces that we are able to accomplish what we want for our lives. This energy seeps through every ounce of matter in the cosmos and can easily be used to achieve certain purposes. In my opinion, Wiccan spells are simply one method that allow us to channel and focus this energy. Secondly, the mind is very powerful. Belief that something will work for you is often rewarded with success. Just like the power of a placebo in medical studies, anything that you convince yourself is going to work for you can and will do just that. That is how powerful the mind actually is. So by tapping into the power of the universe and directing it with your consciousness, this ritualistic spellcasting has the power to change your life. You may find that these spells can be so useful that you may want to look into more of them. This specific spell can make your potential lover want you so badly that he desires almost nothing else. Our dreams are one of the most influential factors concerning our psyche. All dream spells are fairly simple enchantments and merely insert imagery into the minds of each subject to which they are cast upon. The way that this spell works is that it infects the mind of the man you are after with thought after thought of you. It is a subliminal process, and in most cases he will never know what or how you are doing it. But when done correctly and for the proper amount of time, images you implant will begin to occupy more and more of his waking mind. This should lead to a receptive environment for you to attempt to have a relationship with him, especially when he barely notices you as it is. How will you know that this spell is actually working? Pay attention to his behavior during your encounters. Is he becoming more shy around you? Do you catch him staring? Does he tend to smile when in your presence where he once simply did not? Pay close attention to his body language to assess the effect of this spell on your potential relationship. Don't be surprised if he asks you out. This spell has the power to so infect his mind with images of you that he may approach you without the faintest idea of why he is doing it. He may come to feel that he simply must speak to you due to the power of the thoughts you have placed into his mind. Also, don't be afraid to ask him out if you see signs that the enchantment is working. It is modern times, after all, and believe it or not, some men often simply prefer to be approached. Lastly, this spell can also be used if you are already in a relationship that needs a new spark or to re-engage an ex-lover from your past. You do not have to be interested in a new man to make use of this spell. In fact, it can prove itself even more powerful when used on a person you already have a close love connection with. I have seen this spell save several marriages when their wives used it to correct their husbands' wandering eyes. If you are pining for a high school boyfriend or a lover from your college days, this spell might just make him reconnect with you on Facebook or call you out of the blue to see how you are doing. So, if you are a woman wanting to make any man dream of you, simply cast this spell as directed below. The Make Him Dream of Me spell. You should begin this enchantment only on the night the very next new moon. The timing of this is extremely important. This is when the moon is completely dark. In fact, a new moon is often called a dark moon. This darkness symbolizes your potential boyfriend's mind and the absence of thought that he contains there for you. Familiarize yourself with the cycles of the moon if you are confused about that, as the timing of this spell is absolutely essential to its success. Start this ritual during this new moon and continue every evening for 2 full weeks until the moon has become completely full. Perform the spell nightly just before you go to bed, as this is also quite essential. Preferably, the spell should be completed when you are tired and ready to sleep. I suggest going to bed each night at a consistent time of evening. Completing the ritual nightly at the very same time will tap into the power of the universe to literally tune loving thoughts of you into his head. You must not skip a single evening or vary the time each night that you cast this spell. But if you can accomplish it correctly, by the time of the next full moon your potential lover's head will be just as full with thoughts of you as the moon is with its gloriously beaming reflective light. Cast this spell with very little or no light available inside your room. You do not have to use a candle or burn incense or sage to prepare yourself, necessarily, but do whatever works for you to get into a complete state of calm. I have known a few people who use yoga to accomplish this, but anything can work as long as that is right for you. You must clear your mind of any errant thoughts rattling around inside of it. Put aside the goings-on of the previous day, that fight you had with your mom, and any and all other potential distractions before beginning this casting. Enter your dreamland and fill your mind with warmth and desire. Think only of your crush as you begin to focus each thought and image you have on this amazing man. As you maintain a completely calm mind, begin to picture his face, his posture, or any recent memory you have had in mutual encounters. Once you are completely focused on your man, add the feelings that you have had for him to the mix of your thoughts. It may help to smile or to exhibit any body language that expresses your interest. This will only strengthen the connection between you and your potential fella that you are building through the use of this spell. Do you have butterflies in your stomach when you think of him? Allow yourself to emotionally explore and express those feelings during the ritual. Are your thoughts of him mainly sexual in nature? Feel free to caress yourself if this allows you to expand your connection with him. Continue to meditate only on images of this man until your feelings become so intense that you can almost feel his presence in the room with you. This can take as little as 5 or 10 minutes or as much as a half hour to achieve. Once this level of connectiveness with your subject is reached, then it is time for the next step of the spell. Now, turn inward to your thoughts and imagine the two of you standing somewhere as a couple. You can choose any place like a coffee shop or a secluded beach. It can be a completely fictional locale or somewhere you have previously encountered this man in public. Once you have picked this one solitary place, you will continue to use the very same image in your coming weeks. Focus on the scene of the two of you standing together all alone. Remove all thoughts of anyone else from your mind. Once this is complete, while keeping this image firmly in your mind, complete the following chant. In your mind I have invaded, view this scene which I created. I am so sad and often blue, take this image which is meant for you. Sleep tonight in infected dream, awake to thought of this very scene. There we stand with nothing to do. Dream of me being there with you. Within my arms I hold you tight. Accept me in your mind tonight. Once you complete the chant, fill your mind once more with a singular image of him and slowly drift off to sleep. If you have a picture, this can be very useful. Check his Facebook or Instagram account for a selfie if you find it hard to keep his image in your mind without aid. Hold your phone with his picture on it during the ritual if you find that helps you focus only on him. It is very important that you do nothing else between casting this spell and drifting off into sleep, as other random thoughts you may have will cloud the process and dilute the effectiveness of the enchantment. To ensure this process works, it is essential that you are able to create a state of focus that is singular in nature, which wholly concerns the subject at hand. I wish you luck on landing the man of your dreams or reconnecting with he who you already know. Let me know if you try this spell and how it works for you in your life. As always, I wish you the best on your journey to achieve the life you are after. Got something to say about this spell to make him dream of you? Leave a comment, and as always I'll try my best to answer your question the best that I can. May the universe bless you with the very things you covet. I hope for your success on your quest to make the man that you desire want you back.